All right, problem 5.6. We did jump from 5.4 to 5.5, so we don't know what happened to 5.5, but there is no 5.5. All right, so millimeters, grams, and seconds, hard. Um, don't know that I don't see anything in geometry that is that bad. Kind of a D shape. Origin is at the center and the mid of the top geometry, so we'll draw those diameters first. Maybe some selection, but yeah, we'll go ahead and lines, center lines, circles, extruded boss, extruded cuts, fillets, chamfers, and planes. So I'm not seeing where I really need a plane here. It's going to be the order of the features that is more critical. So it doesn't hurt to put a plane in, but yeah, I'm not, I may change my mind, but not seeing it right now. So part millimeter, we're going to, based on the front plane, we will be isometric through the center of the part for the front plane. So let's open up our sketch. We'll draw our two circles and right click and go into Smart Dimension. All right, our geometry then, dimensions are going to be 23 is the diameter, and that should auto scale. We have that set, and if we have that set in the options, if it goes bigger and it doesn't update the geometry, then we'll go look for it in the options to have the first dimension scale, roughly scale the part. All right, so into the features, extrude, we're back to mid-plane, and we have a distance of 12. All right, so I don't want to put the fillets on until later. Okay, so where they might want to do the plane, where you might want to do a plane is from this dimension down 25 and then bring it extruded back up. Because we have the from and to, that would be my first instinct is just to say we're going to go 25 and from. Go ahead and draw the sketch here in this in the top plane from 25 millimeters offset and up to surface going the other way. But since we're doing planes, we'll go ahead and do the plane. So top plane, easiest is to hold down the control button, hover along that that plane, the top plane boundary, and when you left click and drag, you're going to get that geometry. Now, if that takes a little bit, you can always select the top plane, reference geometry plane, and it's going to be a distance offset for the plane geometry. All right, so going into the sketch, I'm not going to worry about that D shape, and actually I want to draw it from the bottom, just to kind of keep my frame of reference. So we're going to draw the outside circle. It has a diameter of 12, so design intent, if my design intent that this will always be the same size, then we can do tangent. And when we look at that diameter coming down to the status bar, diameter of 12 is going to show up for our reference. All right, going back into the isometric view, then we can extrude, and we're going to go up to surface. All right, so the surface being cylindrical, I want it to kind of wrap around. Where blind would make a cylinder, this is going to fill in those gaps. All right, so the front plane and sketch, we're going to have a circle. It inferred to the center line, but it did not apply a relation. So after we draw the circle, we're going to select the center point, control select the other center point, make sure that those are vertical. We can verify that it is there under the existing relation. And then its dimension Center is 6. All right, so what is that? Diameter of 9. So let's put that one in first. And let's go ahead and blow that up because I'm not 6 to the center line. All right, well that works out. 1.5 millimeters to the bottom. If it picks the plane, that's fine. Don't really need it to pull that geometry. So let's go ahead and extrude. And it is 2 millimeters to the outside. So I think in this case, we're not going to get fancy. We're just going to do the math. And we have 6 millimeters plus 2 millimeters. We're going to have a blind in condition of 8 millimeters. So one of the things that I could do, because I do want to emphasize the from and the direction 1, direction 2, is let's go ahead and get out of that. We'll go ahead and accept that one. And because we have that, that circle, I can always drop in a center line that represents where that, that geometry ends up. All right, so I'm just going to hit Control 7 because I'm having too much fun with the middle mouse button. We're going to show Sketch 2 because now it has that geometry, and I can hide plane 1. All right, I don't have to go back into the sketch. I can just highlight Sketch 3, extrude, and we're going to do a blind from for 2 millimeters, and the from is vertex. All right, so that's going to leave that little section there. And then let's see if direction 2 will go up to surface and terminate. All right, so that gives me the wraparound. So this is one of those instances where I can use everything if I need it. Now, if I just done the 8 millimeters, because, well, that would have been the easy way. If I just done the 8 millimeters, that would put us out onto the same location. So the face and the front, let's go ahead and hide that one. Front plane and Control select the face. We have our normal distance of 8 millimeters. All right, so sketch. And we're looking for the center, so drag over the perimeter so it gives you the quadrants and the geometry. And we have, for that diameter of 6, and it's going to go a depth of, well, assuming that's also 2 millimeters since it's not defined somewhere else. All right, so extrude cut. Not up to next, we'll go to blind, 2 millimeters, and OK. Yeah, might as well draw the D shape so that the through hole has some place to end up. So opening up a sketch on that bottom face, going directly into circle. Oh, we can go ahead and put the dimension on it. That'll probably help keep it from moving unexpectedly. And then I'm just going to create the line, horizontal and coincident. And they have given us a dimension of 3 millimeters across that flat. So our D shape anti-rotation device is going to go in that direction. So the extrude cut, we do have 2 contours, so we're going to pick the bigger part of the D and cut 10 millimeters. All right, so going back this way, we'll again hover over that edge, find the center, place the 3 millimeter, and then features, extrude cut, up to next. All right, and again, through all would pretty much take it all the way out the back of the part. So on the geometry then, let's go ahead and make sure I don't see any fillets around the bottom, nothing in there, so pretty much the top and bottom edge, front and back. And that dimension is, are they going to give us a typical fillet? Oh, well, if it's a full round, then we have 20 from 23, 3 millimeters, so 1.5 millimeters to bring it all the way. All right, and I can see all 4 of those, so let's go ahead and pre-select 1.5 millimeters. All right, this is where it gets a little strange, is the bottom one is going to have that a little bit more of a blend issue. So let's go ahead and close that and try again. So the inside, oh, you know what? It's not 1.5 millimeters. It is 0.75 because we had 23 minus 20 was 3 millimeters, 1.5 for the thickness, and then we need to go 0.75. And let's see if we see any previews. So right now we have the full preview. When we get the full preview, then we know it worked. Most of the time we're going to be okay with a partial preview. All right, so may not look exactly like theirs when we're doing that fillet. It depends on which way it went, but let's make sure we save this. P5-6, again, no 5-5 to work from, so we go ahead and save that that geometry. All right, our volume then is, no, where did it go? 2344. I guess that is kind of small. So mass properties 2343.7. All right, we'll take it.